Today at 1, compulsory digital IDs for the right to work in the UK. So Keir Starmer says it'll make it tougher for illegal immigrants to get jobs, and he criticises his own party for shying away from concerns about immigration. Good afternoon. Welcome to the BBC News at 1. So Keir Starmer has confirmed that by the next general election, digital ID will be required to work in the UK as part of an effort to crack down on illegal migration. Opposition parties have questioned whether the scheme will deter small boat crossings, with the Conservatives calling it a gimmick. Here's our political correspondent, Nick Eardley.
The last few weeks haven't been easy for Keir Starmer. Pressure at home, questions about his leadership, polls suggesting Nigel Farage's reform are on the march. Today, the Prime Minister is hosting left-leaning leaders from around the world. Their subject, the challenge from parties like Reform and how to combat it.
We've got to look ourselves in the mirror and recognise where we've allowed our parties to shy away from people's concerns and let the politics of purity patronise people.
The Prime Minister admitted Labour hadn't addressed concerns about illegal immigration. His new plan to change the script, digital ID, designed to stop illegal working.
You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that. Because decent, pragmatic, fair-minded people, they want us to tackle the issues that they see around them.
We don't have the full details just yet, but we do know the new ID will be on your phone. It'll include your name, residency status and a photo. And in the future, it could be used for public services, although the government says that bit won't be mandatory. The Conservatives say the policy is to distract from other problems.
He's desperately looking for a distraction for those failures, and that's why he's come out suddenly with this policy on ID cards, which previously his government has said they wouldn't do. On the question itself, the Conservative Party opposes the introduction of mandatory ID cards. We don't want to become a country where people might be stopped in the street and asked to show their ID.
The government says that isn't part of the plan.
Tonight, the first ID cards could be issued in 3 years' time.
We have been here before. Tony Blair wanted ID cards when he was Prime Minister. It never happened. Many other European countries do have them, but opposition parties here are sceptical they'll have the intended impact.
It's very difficult at the moment at this early stage to see how this digital ID will really work, how it will be effective, how it will really have any impact on the illegal migration crisis.
Will compulsory ID cards stop the boats? The simple answer is no, of course it won't. We've already got two forms of ID. It's called passports and it's national insurance numbers.
The Prime Minister disagrees and hopes that after a torrid few weeks, plans like this could give his government a new lease of life. Feels a bit like there's two separate things going on with the Prime Minister today. One is the specific politics of ID cards. Keir Starmer seems happy to have that fight with his political opponents because he has concluded that it's the right thing to do. But the second thing he's talking about is big politics, the big debates of our time. The Prime Minister talked in that conference earlier about there being a battle for the soul of the country between patriots, he sees himself as that, and those who are peddling the politics of grievance. That's what he accuses parties like Reform UK of. Reform would of course say that Labour have been in power for a year and failed to deliver on all the things they've promised so far. But Keir Starmer is trying to set the left, his party and parties internationally, a challenge to take the grievances that some people do have seriously, to say to them, we understand your concerns and we're prepared to deal with them. The big question is whether he has the answers to now do that. And speaking of challenges, Keir Starmer is going to have plenty of his own over the next few days. He's also trying to set a political narrative before he heads off to Liverpool for his party's conference, which starts on Sunday. There are going to be lots of questions there about Keir Starmer's direction, about the government's delivery, and yes, the Prime Minister's leadership itself.